Boasting a 99.8% operational readiness rating at Walt Disney World, the WEDway offers high reliability with practically no complication. The WEDway pods feature a bare minimum of moving parts, which keeps maintenance at a minimum, while vehicle weight is kept down by embedding the system's electromagnetic motors in the track, allowing the pods to continue operating even if a single engine fails. Meanwhile, monorails regularly operate at an amazing 99.9% reliability. The express commuter monorails operate at 2.5 minute intervals, traveling at 60 to 80 miles per hour, and can smoothly and reliably transport 3,000 to 50,000 passengers per hour per rail. In general, monorail infrastructure uses much less material than railway roadbeds or highway construction. The lighter weight vehicles require much less massive infrastructure, greatly reducing the use of construction materials and natural resources. Inherently more resilient and subject to less destructive loads and forces, this new infrastructure can be anticipated to last over 100 years without major replacement. Look at the difference in the lifespan between a railway and a car. It becomes incredibly pertinent to understand the lifespan of a transportation system when discussing the EPTOT investment. Among the major transport assets, the automobile is noted as having the shortest lifespan, in the range of 8 to 10 years depending on the level of usage and the operating environment. Meanwhile, rail lines, including those such as the WEDway and monorail lines, can last for decades, if not a century and a half, with proper maintenance. A typical commuter in Tampa spends an additional 47 hours each year in traffic, and spends an estimated $928 in congestion-related costs. And our region is growing rapidly. The 8 counties of Tampa Bay are expected to add more than 1.3 million new residents in the next 15 years, a population increase of over 34%. This dramatic growth will place additional stress on an already failing road system. In order for our residents, visitors, and goods to move efficiently and effectively throughout our community in the future, we need to find a way to ease this pressure. Investing in EPTOT will provide a reliable alternative to congested roadways, helping us accommodate this future growth. Americans living in areas served by public transportation save 646 million hours in travel time and 398 million gallons of fuel annually. These savings don't just apply to transit users. A study of 6 cities found that motorists with the same destinations as transit riders saved a total of over 21,000 hours daily, thanks to reduced congestion. In the most highly populated areas of our region, widening roads is no longer a feasible option to address our transportation needs. Just to widen a 4-mile stretch of Interstate 275, it costs $696 million. Not only is this incredibly expensive, but the community impacts can be devastating. In these dense areas, large numbers of expensive properties must be purchased and in many cases demolished to make room for additional lanes. More importantly, widening roads does little to address congestion while negatively affecting our quality of life. Adding lane after lane hasn't reduced congestion, and at some point you have to ask, where does it stop? 12 lanes? 16? Or until Tampa Bay is nothing but a giant highway. EPTOT would essentially eliminate congestion by serving over 10 times the passenger limit that cars can provide, as well as opening up the roadways already constructed to directly address our mobility needs without having to demolish or destroy properties in Tampa. EPTOT is major innovation without major renovation. In spite of seatbelts and airbags, about 40,000 people a year are killed by cars. Automobile travel is one of Florida's most expensive public health issues. Traffic accidents are the leading cause of fatalities and emergency health costs among many groups of Floridians. Ground-based mass transit is statistically about 150 times safer than travel by automobile. 95% of all transport fatalities concern roads. Less than 5% involve rail. By providing 2 separate rail systems and an above-ground walkway between stations, EPTOT isn't just efficient and long-lasting, it's healthy and safe.